Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. You say, center right here. Breathe into your heart now. Just remember that. Breathe into your heart now. Greetings, dear, precious, magnificent, beautiful spirit soul that you are. I acknowledge you. For you're watching me or you're listening to here. This is the greatest knowledge available. I know that is because I'm a seeker. And I look for myself and for you. And I share you with my experience and my resources, links you want, books, teachers. I'm grateful for all. Because, see, when you use everything to empower you, every even failure is a stepping stone to success if you want to play success failure. But you don't give up because you can't. You're an eternal being. You cannot die. You can be captured. You could be covered with layers of ignorance. You could be living in a mental box that the beginning and end are repetitious. Every end is a beginning. Every beginning is an end. My topic, the Ultimate Prosperity Program, your Ultimate Prosperity Program. And I'm not, we talk about a program like you're programmed or conditioned. Yes, we realize that. But also, this isn't a program to train. It's for you to bring forth, realize, activate, and materialize, manifest your chosen reality. And coming from who you are, but not the ones that are being programmed through us to manifest a, what would you say, a fear-based reality. Okay. So your ultimate prosperity program or plan is to invest in yourself, you see. If you wanted to learn, I was at this art studio the other day because I have a dear friend. She's a fabulous artist with old things rusted and that, and her garden around there. It's just really fabulous because we're all really artists, but and our life is our art. Most people don't realize that. In fact, there was a story about this woman had a dream and this horrible monster was chasing her and just awful, and this woman was panicked and she was breathing, my God. She comes up to a wall. She's back to the wall. She can't go anywhere. Here comes the monster running at her. And the woman says, "What are you going to do with me?" The monster says, "I don't know, lady. It's your dream." So anyway, the ultimate prosperity is that you ultimately invest in yourself, your talents, your abilities, but most important in your consciousness, your knowingness, your realization and activation of who you really are and what's really all possible for you, you see. I don't go the path of each lifetime you're working your way up the ladder, blah, blah. Who's saying that? Someone wants you to keep working your way up the ladder. You go direct. Because right there, people say, they died and went to God. Well, who do you think you're with all the time? And then you have to ask, which God? Remember, I did an interview on this when I had my TV program and TV ministry, and I was interviewed in the studio, and this, what was his name? Jerry Falwell guy from Lynchburg, Virginia, was interviewed in the parking lot. Well, anyway, as I came out, I said, hi, Dr. Falwell. So nice. He said, obviously, we do not have the same God. I said, you're right. I didn't know how right I was. Choose your God carefully, because it's got to be good to all, because we come from the same source, even in our individuality, you see. We're not, having bee and ant bodies. That's not what we do. You see, we're not hive all going in the same direction. No, it's variety. How do you invest in yourself? And that's like, and using your resources. And I remember, like, whenever I would feel I needed or I wanted something, it could be a teacher, a counselor, a course, a class, a retreat, a study. It's like whatever I wanted to learn. And I learned so much from my great-grandmother, and also health. She was a nurse. Everything's very natural. How to cook, I learned how to be around good chefs, and you learn how to cook. We rise and fall by our associations. If you associate with trash, you become trash in that sense. If you associate with what is mean and nasty and vicious and cruel, that's who you are, and that's what you become. But it's not ultimately who you are. And then you enter into that world, and you watch movies on that. I remember telling people years ago, don't watch those kind of movies. You're paying for your programming to be a zombie. What is a zombie? Someone who has no intelligence. And when you bend your head like this and a person's texting, you cut off a blood supply to your brain is stuck in the false reptilian, where you're always in fear. Insecurity, doubt. Does anybody like me? Do I have enough likes? So what are you investing in? What are you putting your resources in? Are you investing in yourself? Do you give your time itself in the morning to center and to meditate? Do you do that before you go to sleep at night? Who do you associate with? Where are you spending your energy and your resources? Are you spending them to get this and that you think is it really nourishing you? Maybe, you need that getaway. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking about this 21-day program, and I've done it before. It's a fascinating thing, because it only takes 21 days to truly change a habit. And if in every day, everything about that is you practicing the way you want to be now and in the future, and you start doing that instead of focusing on what you don't want, you put in all of the steps that you do. You also know, you got to know what works and what doesn't work. If you don't know what doesn't work, you'll probably do it because you don't know it doesn't work. And it's much easier to learn and to find out how everything works so that you can work it. And it's just like what you have. Talents you don't use, you lose. And when people have given up their talents, I don't have any talents. My brother has the talents. I don't have any, invest in yourself. Look at what you're doing, like one of my granddaughters, both of them, and they're fabulous. Anyway, homeschooled up to college by my daughter, just brilliant. And and my daughter didn't want to go to college. She said, no, I want to be a housewife and a mother and do things. And she's done all these other things. Like, she's just produced a movie that's in a big film festival. She could do anything, you see. And I realized she was always my student. In Sunday school, I was her teacher. In Bluebirds and Campfire Girls, I was the teacher, because I loved to be with my children. And I was very much into activities to doing and to have them be strong in a lot of the areas where I was really weak and afraid, So anyway, and she's invested in her own work. Take a look at what you want. And you want to be with those people who have that. They've achieved that. They know that, and who are supportive of you. And if you're investing your time and your energy in, useless old movies or texting all the time, or what's always everything out there on the internet, select what's an investment. And how is that going to enrich you? And my granddaughter, she's doing some more healing classes and all that. She's a natural healer. And what I said was, you're investing now in what you're going to be doing later. See, how did I know my life's work when it came to me? I loved being in the spiritual environment. I loved being in church and metaphysics, and I loved having an open mind and of studying all the great philosophies of the world and teachings, and to really to empower myself, and then to apply it and to use it. And that's what I do in any of my workshops here at Shasta. I have 2.5-day workshops for people that want to, I used to call it retreat, but we're not retreating, we're advancing. We're going within, you see, and also tuning in with nature and putting into practice healthy, vital habits, self-empowering, self-enriching. We all know what's not working out there. We've got to start now really focusing and doing what it is that we choose, regardless of what's going on anywhere else, you see. And when we do that, we're one less person to cause harm. We're one more person who is creating a magnificent reality for his or herself, you see. And our investment always pays off, because what you know, no one can take from you. And what you have realized, that belongs to you. And when you know that, you see, you own yourself and you control the mind, and you know what those emotions are. You do not allow negative emotions to shut down your immune system, you see? Because knowledge, sacred knowledge of your body and how this functions, the temple of the living God, when you know that and it resonates within your heart, you then apply it. And I have found, I have given it in buildings, things that I have built in India and schools and to feed the poor and help people. It's like I've always been an investor in others and to help them. Because as I invest in myself, they're always, as we recover our divinity and our humanity, we always want to help others. And when we do that, you see, we're in the set of giving. And when people live on a fixed income, normally they stop giving because they've got to protect everything they've got because this is all they have. And they're misers. And they're scared. And they're always afraid they're going to lose it and something's going to get it. And they have this clamp down. And it's almost like when people get an inheritance that they never worked for. That then they really they just manage it. That's all they do. We manage it. And they do not give of who they are and their talents. They don't develop them. They actually are as if a machine or a computer just managing. I'm just managing. And the key is the ultimate prosperity is the investment that you make within yourself. And if you want to work on cars, learn to do that. If you want to work in the garden, you could do that. There's books, there's courses, there's classes, but the key is you got to do it. There's so many people, they know everything about health, and they're so sick you wouldn't believe it. There are some people, they know everything about everything else and gardening and everything, but they don't even have one plant. There's some people know all the philosophy of life and all that and everything, but they're not expressing it or manifesting it or anything, you see. So I acknowledge you. The ultimate prosperity program is you.